if you want to wake up with tons of energy, if you just want to have the willpower to fight your day and just not be held back by grogginess, all this other stuff, you probably should stop consuming all caffeine. You will have so much more energy, but only if you replace the buzz of caffeine with the buzz of ketosis. I'll get more into this later. So essentially, I want you to look at this study in which NASA fed spiders a bunch of different substances. One of them was caffeine, and caffeine made their webs probably look the weirdest, the least organized. So if you apply this to our brain, rather than a spider's ability to make connections on the web, rather apply this to our brain's ability to make connections, between our different brain cells, our synapses, everything, you start to realize that your thought quality is probably way lower when you're stimmed up on coffee, right? And then when you combine that with the fact that it messes up your ability to sleep, right? It blocks adenosine in the brain, which essentially just makes you sleepy. It just delays the amount of time that it takes for you to get sleepy, and then once that wears off, you just crash, right? So that being the second thing. A third thing is that it messes up your gains. So not only does it mess up your sleep, your thought patterns, everything, which, could affect your gains, of course, as well, but it will mess up your gains by putting you in this fight or flight state, right? So we're either in a fight or flight or rest and digest state. In a fight or flight state, our body is not focused on building muscle, all this other stuff that we do at rest. It's focused on running away from this tiger that it thinks is behind us, right? So if you're constantly taking pre-workout every day, if you're constantly taking coffee every day, you're putting yourself in a state where your body thinks, hey, we don't have the time, resources, or survivability to focus on any of this stuff. We just need to put ourselves into maximum overdrive to get away from this tiger. And then once that wears off, you're just kind of, just dead in the water. You just have no energy. You're just adrenally fatigued. So one of the main ways that I prefer people get off caffeine is, one, to replace it with the buzz of ketosis by doing a plant-free diet, and two is by weaning off of caffeine as well. Decrease your dosage by a little bit every 3 days or so. Don't just go cold turkey. It is a stimulant. You want to kind of wean off of it so you don't get any withdrawals. But then at the same time, there is a reason why. If you go on Joe Rogan, there's that guy, that bald guy, I think his name's like Michael Pollan. He famously told everybody, hey, I quit caffeine for a month. I felt no difference, and then I wanted to bring it right back, and life just became so much better. Well, that's because he follows a plant-based diet, okay? He tells people to follow these plant-based, basically vegan diets, right? And when you do that, you're not putting yourself into ketosis. Ketosis gives me so much energy and focus that it makes a cup of coffee look like a joke, okay? So it's not until you replace the buzz and the focus that you love from caffeine, until you replace that with the energy and mental acuity that you get from ketosis, which is our natural state. Babies are born in ketosis. Even, every mammal, not just humans, are born in a state of ketosis. And normally, because we live in this modern society, post-agriculture society, that feeds us grains 3 times a day, we are kept away from that natural state. The natural state that allows us to go into hunt mode and be able to just think in flow state all the time. If you go back to your roots by doing that, you won't need another cup of burnt seed juice, aka coffee, ever again. And you will be free of the effects that drinking said burnt seed juice has on your body, from a toxicity perspective, from a cortisol and stress perspective, from a gains perspective, everything. So I implore you to quit coffee, quit caffeine today, and to replace it with these dietary protocols I talk about. And if you want to know more, just go to my Instagram, watch all the videos I have on there, and just learn everything you possibly can about this intervention, because this will completely change your life if you start training and eating the way that humans are meant to. That is my message. That is why I make these videos. That is what changed my life, and I will preach about that till the day I die. Jesus is King. God bless y'all, and I'm excited to keep making these videos. I'll see y'all soon.